Hello, everybody. I am very pleased that I can welcome you on the third day of Science Festival. And I would like to welcome you at the European Science Festival in the name of the largest, the oldest, and the best university in Ljubljana, in Slovenia. We are the largest academic institution in Slovenia, and we all know how important science is. Science created all the inventions that are easing our lives, keep us healthy, and enable us to live much longer than we used to. Unfortunately, we can also see today that trust in science is eroding. And especially in the time of COVID, we can notice a deep mistrust of science in many countries. Interestingly, there are large differences between countries and cultures that probably represent some cultural and historical differences between the nations. We can see that mistrust towards vaccination in Europe is much bigger in Eastern European countries. And this is perhaps, at least partially, due to mistrust to various authorities, which were unfortunately abused in the previous system, but are needed for the society to function normally also in democratic systems. However, in this mistrust for science, I think there is also a large role of media. I don't mean just the classical media, but the new media that are appearing today. As today, we are already living in the information era, but perhaps we were not properly prepared for this era. We have a vast amount of information available, only one click or one tap away. In last years, we became addicted to the new media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and others, YouTube. And we depend on this media how to get the information. However, these media are providing us with very short, shallow information. They're not giving us in-depth insights, and we are losing concentration to receive more in-depth information. With this, we lost the trust in the real knowledge, the trust in profession, trust in science. With social media creating our imaginary world through their algorithms, we are slowly losing the touch with reality. We should know, but we are often not aware, that social media are not presenting us with independent, verified, professional information. Rather, what Google, Facebook, Twitter, and other media are giving us is what they think we want to see. They're not giving us independent information, and this creates an ever larger divisions in the society, as we can see today quite evidently, as people are, through the social media, reinforced in their beliefs, even when these beliefs are completely wrong. But there is also an important role for the traditional media still in our societies. And although we still have some good examples of classical journalism, also a lot of what I would call serious media are falling into the trap of clickbait and attracting more and more readers or viewers. This was surely noticeable in the COVID era, when wrong information was also presented in the media, sometimes due to inadequacy of journalists to distinguish what is proper knowledge, sometimes from the view wishing to report balanced, which is a big problem that became evident in recent years, when balanced reporting moved from politics, where of course we need balanced reporting, to science, where sometimes we cannot have balanced reporting. We cannot have a discussion whether the earth is round or flat, because we know it's round. And therefore we don't need balanced reporter with people who claim that the earth is flat. And finally, sometimes even what we still call serious media are just falling into the trap of attracting more readers, viewers, by presenting the information that might not always be accurate, but the media or journalists or editors would think would attract more readers, viewers, and therefore also more revenues from advertising. I think the COVID pandemic was in some way also a lost opportunity for the society, for the media. Especially at the beginning of the COVID, but still now, sometimes we hear the science is not working. We can hear people, you see science is not working, it's changing their opinion every day. But this is science. Science is changing because it's learning something new every day. Science is not dogma. Sometimes people want us that the science is dogma, but when we show that science is not dogma, they're criticizing us. And I think with the COVID, we could clearly show and explain people what science is, how it's changing, how it's learning something new every day. But we didn't use this opportunity, and therefore, this was one important lost opportunity that we could regain some trust in science. So how to exit this trap in which we have fallen in last years? Neither me or anybody else has a magic wand that will solve all the problems, but in my opinion, we have to start to think about education, our kids, our youth. We have to talk about the information, about professionalism, about what is wrong and what is right from very early on. The kids are now today, even before they go to school, they're proficient with use of the internet, they're watching YouTube, they're following social media, and they're getting information from them. But even when they get in school, you often do not teach them enough or emphasize enough how important it is, how to critically assess the information, how to sieve between wrong and proper information, and we'll have to put this into the curricula from very early on, from the primary school, and the whole vertical system from primary schools to university will have to give much more attention to this, how to critically assess information, how to properly gather information to rebuild the trust in science and knowledge. I'm sure the European Science Festival is one such platform that also has an important role in promoting science, in creating more knowledge and understanding of science. And therefore, I wish you a very good science festival. Unfortunately, I have other obligations, so I will have to go to other meeting, but I'm sure that you will have some very interesting and very good talks. And I hope with you all that science will prevail. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best during the day.